Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the Africa Independent Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Like we always do every week, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Welcome to your program today. My name still remains Patrick Abambo. In this season, we are not talking any other basically than the issue of coronavirus, that is COVID-19 pandemic that is consuming a lot of life. A lot of people have said so many things about it. It's a big man's disease, a big man's sickness, but I believe you that nobody is exempted, and all over the world we have seen even the poor get infected and they are dying. A driver in Ekiti State got it, and also he's there hospitalized. So anybody can become infected. So and that is why we must be very, very cautious. We must observe all the measures to keep ourselves and our families from being infected. But during the week, a lot of things happened, and that really agitated our interest, and we must look at it seriously. One of the things that happened during the week is the Nigerian Armed Forces decided to, Nigerian Army particularly, to reshuffle, put in some more vibe in the fight against insurgency in the Northeast and other sectors by changing the theater commander of Operation Lafia Dole. Major General Adeniyi was sent to the Nigerian Army Resource Center for a crack man, a man that has the nation at heart. They're talking about Major General Farouk. Major General Farouk Yaya is a man that has done great things in this country, making sure that the bandits that were troubling Kaduna and Niger are brought to their knees. So he's now the new theater commander in Operation Lafia Dole. A lot of people have said a lot of things about the issue of the posting of Major General Adeniyi, but I must tell you that these are routine and nothing untoward about it. Then during the week, the Chief of Army Staff also decided to put some more life into the training of the men, the special forces, and visited them, their training in Jaji, to show them that leadership is what must be, so that people can do the right thing. So kudos to the Nigerian Army. Yes, a lot of things also. There is some black news about some soldiers of the Nigerian Army. What happened in the Warri is condemnable by everybody, I must say, where a soldier killed somebody and the people killed a soldier, and the video came up to say that a particular soldier or some soldiers were threatening to do some printable things to some women in Warri. Everybody has come to condemn it. One of those that communicated to us, I must read this comment here, is one of the supporters of Security Watch Africa, talking about maybe I should say a part supporter of Security Watch Africa, former Inspector General of Police, MD Abubakar, who is currently the chairman, Alumni Association of the Nigerian National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies in Kuru, Jos. He said that, Patrick, I want people to focus on the behavior of soldiers and police officers and uniformed security personnel, and the recent embarrassment and barbaric attitude of some of them in discharge of their duties in respect of COVID-19 order. Your duty should be to bring them, to call them to order, so that not only to show their good, the bad and the ugly side, but so that they can follow the right path. Our citizens are harassed, debased, brutalized, beaten for no reasons. Kindly pay attention to this issue and address it appropriately. And I told him that yes, we are going to look at that issue today, because it's terrible, it's bad. But like I also said, that there is conflicts between the order given by the Mr. President and that of the Presidential Task Force about what should be done. We're talking about, is it lockdown? Should people move? Should people be at home, remain in their home, or they should move to do other things? I think somebody must have to come and explain what is the order, so Nigerians and the law enforcement agencies themselves will understand, because I spoke to so many of them and they are confused about what should be done. I think that is causing this issue about whether people should move or should not move. And until that is done, I think we must encourage that all security personnel must please don't harass the citizens. These are the people that pay your salaries and your whatever. You should respect their rights. They have the right to move around, unless if otherwise, or they are committing crime. So please respect the human rights of every citizen, every Nigerian citizen. Yes, a lot of things people have called our attention to the issue about speculation about the role or the impact of 5G to COVID-19. Really, I must say it here that 5G has no impact, has no relationship with COVID-19 because a lot of things, videos are being shown, some videos of people bringing down poles. These were the videos of what happened during the protest in Hong Kong protesting against China. So it's not related to COVID-19 or the issue about 5G. And like I must say it here, 5G is not in the United States, but we're seeing so many of them being infected. Anyway, I have the doctor here who will talk about it. So please, people should stop spreading fake news. Then, but let's look at what is happening in terms of are people complying to the orders of sit at home or lockdown until we get it right, what the order is all about anyway. Security Watch Africa, Peggy Agbe, went on the streets to tell us what is happening in Abuja, Nigeria.
In response to the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic in Nigeria, the federal government issued a stay-at-home order for Lagos, Ogun States, and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja. Contrary to the stay-at-home order, most residents in Abuja seem not to be complying to the instructions by the federal government. It was also observed that most areas in the FCT were filled with people clustered together, especially around Kubwa axis. Bars and restaurants were still running and prayers observed in some mosques. People were also seen at junctions waiting for commercial vehicles to convey them to their destinations. On day 4 of the stay-at-home order, we were at the boundary between the FCT and Nasarawa State. People were still clustered at automated teller machine ATM points and at major roads. Some health officials were seen taking measurement of temperature of road users as part of checking their status. Security Watch Africa crew sought to know why. Despite the stay-at-home order, people were still moving on the road.
We are not really outside. We came out to see if we can get some food stuff, then go back to the house to observe the lockdown.
You people want me to die? Who is going to buy me food outside? Nobody has brought food to my house for feeding. I'm a widow, as you can see. I came out to look for food for my children. There's no way I can stay at home without feeding my children.
Margaret Mary Agbe, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. I think you can see these are Nigerians on the street talking about the issue about stay at home. But again, the government said that people can go to markets between the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. To do their shopping. Security Watch Africa, Lucy Tau also visited some markets in the FCT. Let's find out what happened.
To ensure a reduction in the spread of the dreaded coronavirus COVID-19 that has long been declared pandemic by the World Health Organization, WHO, the Nigerian President and Commander-in-Chief, President Muhammadu Buhari, on the 30th March 2020, issued a lockdown order for Lagos State and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Ogun State was also included due to its proximity to Lagos State. Security Watch Africa crew went to the streets and markets to monitor the level of compliance to the lockdown order. There were few vehicular movement at some places visited, while personnel of the Nigerian Police Force were strategically posted to man the roads. Security Watch Africa crew was at the Gariki Model Market to assess how the market management are complying with the order. The Corporate Affairs Manager, Abuja Market Management Limited, Innocent Amijina, highlighted the measures being taken.
So far, so good. Our people here have complied so much. I think the government did a good job of sensitizing the people, passing on the information, so it appears everyone knows what is expected of him or her. As for us here in the market, I think what concerns us, especially apart from every other thing that Mr. President said, is the paragraph 39 of his speech, 39A especially, which talks about processors, distributors and retailers of food items who are meant to be exempted. As you can see, the market, even though today, as you can see, the market is virtually empty, but even before the President's lockdown pronouncement, we've come to find out that about 35% of operators in this market actually deal on food and essential items.
The crew visited the ever-busy Use market in Abuja, and the market was a shadow of itself, but the section of the market selling food items was busy as usual, according to the instruction of the government. Some traders and customers at the market spoke with us.
I came to buy some of the food stuff I don't have at home, which are very essential.
Basically, we run an e-commerce store that sells fashion apparels. But with the onset of the COVID-19 crisis in this country, a lot of people came to us requesting for online food delivery. So we know that a lot of people will not be able to come out due to the stay-at-home policy. And for that reason, we decided to take necessary precautions, protect ourselves, and come to the market to see how we can actually help people that are not able to come here and deliver their food to their home.
Lucy Tao, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yeah, Lucy was there in the market, and you can see people want to buy, people want to eat food. Yes, on the first day of this stay-at-home or lockdown, Security Watch Africa was on. I was also on the streets to find out what to assess the compliance. And one person who joined us and who was with us is Shino Phillips. Shino Phillips is a consultant. He was also on the journey. Yeah, Philip, you're welcome to the program today. So, yeah, our the regular, what would I say, COVID-19 specialist here. You know, I'm busy. Dr. Emeka Kainebi, who is the public health practitioner, is also with us in the studio. So we're looking at, so far, let me find out from you first, before I go to the expert himself in medical. So far, how will you say the COVID-19, what is it about in Nigeria?
Well, this is not just a Nigerian thing, as we all know. It's a global scourge, which is already affecting the global economy, as it were. I mean, everyone is afraid as it's right now that hopefully when we all get through this, there will be a global recession. Narrowing it down to Nigeria, I think from the reports and everything we've seen, well, government has done well to put up this measure. But you must also see that it's almost an emergency measure put in place that that I believe should have brought in more of sensitization to the people. Because whenever things of this nature comes up, the masses are the victims. And right now, the masses are the ones bearing the brunt. However, it doesn't mean that government does not have good intention. Government does have good intention. Like in your takeoff, you asked if it's a sit at home or a lockdown. These are the clarities we need, the explicitity we need from government agencies like the Orientation Agency that frequently must bombard Nigerians on radio, on TV, what the COVID-19 is all about. When you look at the 200 million Nigerians today, you want to look at the demographic. And then when you look at demography, you want to look at those who are educated, those who are enlightened, those who don't even understand English. What's the measure put in place by way of sensitization to get to them right there in some of them are far in the interiors. Some don't even understand what is going on. They feel that Nigeria is, take it or leave it, we are in a war. But they don't even understand the nature of the war we are faced with, even for some educated minds. Right now, there's a divide. The uneducated, the poverty-stricken ones believe that this is a disease sent for the rich and the very wealthy and the politicians. Unfortunately, deaths recorded have been those at the top. So the stigmatization does not even revolve around the poor, but it goes straight to the top. And they are wishing and praying that because over the years politicians have made promises and failed, then they should suffer for it. However, I must commend the different security agencies. They've come together, unlike the recklessness we used to experience when things of this nature come up, when there's a lockdown or whatever, sit at home. We thank God that they've been, you know, safety. And the Chief of Army Staff has done greatly. We've seen all the effort put in. The Inspector General of Police, for once, we've seen a coordinated, united agency.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but I can say that yes, the security agencies are doing what they should do, interpreting what the president said. And one interesting thing also is that even people in the communities, some people, very old people, are even talking about COVID-19, even though they use different language. Yes. They understand it, yes. But everybody knows that it's real. I think we have the current statistics of what we have now. Today, as we speak, currently, that was as at 10:30 p.m. yesterday. Nigeria confirmed is 210. We have 25 discharged. We have 4 dead, sadly, but that is it. Are we losing this war?
No, we're not. I have to say that quickly. we're still in the fight, you know. I heard something on TV. It said that the virus is always ahead of us. We are playing catch up. We are the ones trying, but we need to attack this, you know, head on. If not, it's going to do us, and we're going to be following from behind. We have to be ahead of the virus. The numbers we're seeing. So I'm also a believer and preacher of, you know, lack of anxiety and try to mitigate all of that, because remember that when we see, for example, if tomorrow is 2:30, it's a test happening, so the results are released at the same time. It doesn't necessarily tell you about the level of spread or, you know, the intensity of spread. It just means that, okay, we got this result and we release them at the same time. So sometimes you see 2, sometimes you see 3, and then sometimes you see 20. It just means that, you know, that's the number of tests they've done, and it's all dependent on the number of people they've been able to trace and number of tests they've been able to do. However, if you look at our deaths, thankfully attributed to coronavirus, it's not that high compared to other developed states like the US, Italy, and Spain. Remember that these deaths, and, you know, Trump has said this, that the numbers will keep rising, you know, because eventually these people who are critically ill, some of them, and you know what's going to happen is because of the strain on the health system. So a lot of them don't have access to ventilators. A lot of them don't, even the healthcare workers. And I'm saying we need to ensure, even if it's just testing for the healthcare workers, because
I'll come to that.
A nurse in the US apparently had wanted access to testing and was denied testing. And she's taking care of other clients, and eventually when she snuck around and got that testing, she found out that she was positive. Imagine how many clients she'd had access to. So that's that's a more
that's one of the fear that is also happening in Akwa Ibom, because the five affected persons so far are said to be health workers. Do you understand?
So
and they must have
so they have to. I think the government, like you said, sir, they're doing a great work in trying with their mitigation measures, with everything they're doing to contain it. But we have to be ahead of this virus. Some people, especially our essential workers, I'm talking about the healthcare, the nurses, they need to be tested, because if they're not tested, they're exposing themselves, they're exposing other clients. That's even a greater danger.
Yes, Phil, let me come to you, because one thing that troubled me last night about the deaths that was recorded in Lagos was the 55-year-old man that died, complication arising. Checked into the hospital Lutz yesterday, some days ago, and he didn't. When he was asked, did they have travel history, he said no. His family said he didn't travel, whereas he traveled, and he died. And Before then, nurses, doctors
had contact
with him. Yeah. After his death, autopsy was conducted and they found that he was positive.
Patrick, you should know that that's a Nigerian problem. How do I mean? We're all afraid of stigmatization. Yeah. The man probably would have opened up if we, for instance, I still go back to sensitization. Yeah. If we're made to understand that this is not a total killer disease, if we understand preventive measures that we need to put in place, like the governor of Florida said, he said, you know, by way of sensitization, think you have it, and thank God you don't have it.
Exactly.
If you think in that manner, the idea of social distancing becomes very meaningful.
Okay, let me cut you here now because we have a video. I don't know if the studio is ready. There's a video of some of the patients who are in isolation center in Lagos, even partying, dancing. I don't know if we have that video. Okay, this is them. Okay, in isolation center, just like every other hospitals. You know, let's hear what.
Thank you. Are you okay, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're fine, good.
Great.
Dr. Henry,
sir?
You didn't bring my own test kit too.
I don't want to be in the video, please.
Okay, no problem.
Secondly, I think I should be calling for the doing this. Let's see. Thank you.
That's our incoming governor.
Ogun State.
Our incoming governor. Thank you very much.
No problem. That's the sign of leadership. Happy?
Welcome back. That was that's the isolation center in Lagos. You can see that they are just normal, and one of the medical personnel you can see providing food to them. One of the patients had his lunch, breakfast. He has not even eaten. They're bringing dinner for him. You can see. You can live your normal life. Yes, you are isolated, you are kept somewhere, but it's not a death sentence. It's not a death. I wish we could have that the video of their dancing showing that they are also lively.
You see the way you're emphasizing it now, there is no death sentence.
It's not
as long as many gets it, they pass the information across.
Yes.
We need not messages of doom and we need messages of hope. So that we can manage this. It's confronting us, but we can defeat it.
Yes.
Yeah, doctor, let me come. Yes, you agree to the message of hope. And right from the onset, this is the fourth week we're talking about. There is hope. You said it here on the program that it's not a death sentence. And we can see it that it's not a death sentence. People, you know, it's not a sickness.
Yes.
But okay, unless you are reacting, tell us how, you know, because the Minister of Health yesterday during the briefing was asked, because some people have been discharged, 25 have been discharged. What medication, what drug were they giving? And they said, listen, no particular drug. It's for the medical people to say.
Yeah, so basically, when it comes to what particular drug, it wasn't a drug basically to cure corona, but it's basically just to support health, their health during that time. So some of them would have respiratory illnesses, some of them will have pneumonias, some of them will just have flu symptoms, so they're losing fluids, or diarrheal diseases, so they'll just lose some fluids, or it's a fever. So it's just things to, you know, support them during this time whilst they recover, their immune system actually recovers. So basically, a lot of people are still trying to figure out what's happening in Africa, especially Nigeria, with the numbers and the deaths.
But I can't cut him now.
Compared to other places.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting signal to leave, and we must leave for that program. And the AIT's COVID-19 Watch Studio will open immediately on this program. So, but we'll have to give chance for them to go ahead to do their program. So next week, I'm sure we'll come here. Hope hopefully we'll get a better result from what we're getting.
It's a war. With strategy, we can win this war.
Exactly. And we should be ahead of the virus.
Thank you very much. Until we come your way again next week, I will say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.